everyone, and welcome back for another episode of the Maryland Living Podcast. This is Megan Burke, and I'm here with John Reynolds. Hey. And we have a special guest today. Yay!
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Go for it.
My name is Olga, and I'm on your team.
Yeah, Olga is a member of our team. Our buddy Pete couldn't be with us today.
Ditched us.
Well,
no, I'm
understandably
kidding.
so.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's got a lot going on. He's got another trip happening.
Yeah.
See, I would never ditch you guys.
The summer of Pete. What's that?
I would never ditch you.
Thank you, Olga. It means a lot. But we're glad you're here.
Me too.
Do you want to tell our listener a little bit about yourself?
We'd actually talked about doing an episode where we kind of focused on members of our team. So that's kind of
we have spoken it into reality.
Here I am.
So Olga, tell us a little bit. So how long have you been in real estate?
So I've been in real estate since 2021.
Right.
I did have my license back in the past when I was like 18.
Yeah, you were young.
I
didn't realize you were that young. When you had it
that was a
before.
long time ago. But I've been doing this 4 years, and I've been on this team for over 2 years, I would say, right?
Has it been that long?
Has it been? Yeah,
you just had a huge transaction, too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What was it? 1.2
2 million.
Yeah.
It's 2 million. Yeah,
It's very exciting. Yes.
Yeah, you did a really good job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you're married to the very cool Dylan.
Yes, I am. He is very cool.
He is well, you're both very cool, but no, Dylan's
Thank you.
very cool. And you guys you're local.
Yes, we live in Pasadena,
Yeah.
so Anne Arundel County, and we're opening a jewelry store soon.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Up in Pasadena.
In Pasadena, yep.
Right.
So probably in a month and a half or so.
Really?
And
So
yeah,
he's
that's
been
your
working
background.
hard.
So that's going to be,
yes. Yeah, my background is fine jewelry and fine things in life.
Which is why she's on our team.
That's right.
Right? Exactly.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Are you going to do like a grand opening?
We will, but not right away. We'll be probably
Yeah.
closer to Christmas.
And for the records, just so everyone out there knows, you're still a full-time realtor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's always good to have multiple businesses.
Yeah.
So when do you think you'll
Absolutely.
be open for business? What's your plan?
Probably by Labor Day. So whatever the week of that is. We still have a lot to do.
Okay.
We're kind of semi under construction.
Yeah.
But things are happening fast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Very
really
exciting.
happy for you. So
Thank you.
you've been in Maryland since you were
12.
12. What's your favorite thing about Maryland?
We're really putting you on the spot because
Yeah.
about 30 minutes before we walked into the podcast room, we told Olga she was going to be on the podcast.
Yeah. You're
So-
doing a great job.
Yeah.
I would probably say the nature. Because Maryland has so much. You have mountains, you have beaches, you
Yeah.
have just plain dirt.
Yeah,
you have
you're
farmland,
right.
you have everything. So you can go hiking, you can go to the beach, you can go, Ocean City.
Yeah.
Rock
You can
climbing,
be,
yeah.
Right, everything.
But yet you
it's-
can
it's
still be
kinda
in the
cool.
city too.
Exactly.
You could you can really experience it
And all of that is within an hour.
Yeah. It's
So that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
pretty unique little state that we live in.
It would be like a little country.
So
if
what
it was
brought
in
your
Europe.
family to Maryland back then? Like, why Maryland?
Well, back then, so I'm from Ukraine, and back then they used to do green card, like raffles or
like a lottery.
lottery.
Yeah.
That's what it was, and my mom actually won.
Oh, wow.
So, you could take your whole family with you, but we had like 6 months to come, so that's what happened. It was just in 6 months our life changed.
Why did they pick Maryland?
Yeah.
We had some relatives
Oh,
here, so
okay.
you kind of have to go where you have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were here
Like
for
a sponsor kind of thing.
sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You were young. Do you remember coming?
yes, I do. It was really crazy because we had to fly so much because we had to go to Poland and then from Poland to I think we came to Dulles when we finally came
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So just a lot of flying. It was a lot, but I remember it.
I'm sure a culture
Yeah.
shock too.
Oh, it was very, very different. Very,
Yeah.
very
And you didn't speak the language then, did you?
Sort of. So we studied it like we spoke, like a second language in class or
Right.
something like that. But I wasn't fluent, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that first year was really, really hard. Even though you like know things, you can't catch the accent. You don't understand the phrasing or, you know, the order of the words. So the first year was hard. But
And
then
when they teach us languages in schools, it's not really conversational. Like you're not picking up on like the slang
it's not like that at all.
Right.
So now it's a little different because social media and sort of everybody speaks English. But back then it wasn't like that. So you just kind of learn grammar. You learn like structure. And also we learned British English. So
that's different.
I could not even understand the American accent
Right.
for the first few months. It was
interesting.
So
Okay.
TV really helped.
Yeah.
And then I went into 8th grade and that straightened me out till high school.
That's
so when
really
you
cool.
started school, you were in like a public school and so they were speaking English then. Yeah. So you were forced to, I mean, you were learning it either way.
Exactly. Right. You just immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. So you have the same language, English, but the way that the Americans speak it compared to the British is so different.
It's so different.
Like if I'm watching a British show on TV, I have to have the subtitles on. Just so,
right.
Interesting.
So yeah.
I have to because I can't understand the accent.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I can't understand the accent.
Yeah, it's strong.
There's a really good show on Netflix called Peaky Blinders.
Uh-huh.
And I have no idea what those people are saying unless I have the subtitles.
Yeah. I feel
Especially
like that.
Irish and Scottish. I can't even track.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. And we miss Pete, but we got
I don't know.
Olga.
This is kind of nice too.
It is cool. It's like a little change of pace.
Well, you're coming in to the podcast today at a perfect time because we're talking about something that I think that you'll know a lot about, which is we have taken Maryland and we've broken it down into the 4 kind of sub-regions. Main regions. And today we're talking about the Baltimore region.
We've to date we've covered the Eastern Shore.
Yes.
And
the Western Maryland. Yeah. So today we're talking about the Baltimore region, which I think is something that the 3 of us in particular know a lot about. And when we talk about the Baltimore region, really what we're talking about is Carroll County, Harford County, Howard County, Anne Arundel, and then, of course, Baltimore City and Baltimore County.
Correct. Right.
So those are really the areas that we're talking about today. And we're going to talk about, some of our favorite things to do, a little bit of history, a little bit of real estate. But before we get into that, and then I'm going to tie it into Baltimore, since we last recorded our podcast, I went to Cooperstown, New York.
Oh, that's right.
Have you guys heard of Cooperstown? Or are you familiar with it at all?
Heard of it, but tell us more.
Okay. So basically, you know what I referred to it? I texted my best friend while I was there and I said, this is like Disney for baseball people. Like it was all baseball all the time. But our 12-year-old went. It was a 7-day tournament where he stays there. All the teams do it. I think it was 110 teams, something like that, 12 or 13 kids per team. And then a couple of coaches that all stayed in.
Sounds like fun.
Basically a dorm. Yeah. So they all, each team had their own dorm. So, I mean, it's a lot of people. And then my husband and my other son and I stayed at a local hotel. But this town is nothing but baseball.
Right.
Everything. The restaurant. My son called my dad and said, even our hotel bathroom has a picture of a baseball.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, that's their claim to fame.
Yeah. But the reason I'm tying this back to Maryland, and I wanted to share about it anyway, because it is quite the experience. And I was really kind of honestly dreading the trip just because 7 days of baseball sounds like hell to me. But when we went, I actually had a lot more fun than I thought that I would because the games were kind of fun and, he had a great time. But while we were there, we went to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yep. I know where you're going.
Yeah. And while we were there at the Baseball Hall of Fame, I learned a lot about Babe Ruth, which I didn't know a lot about. I mean, I knew he was from Baltimore, but he has a really interesting story.
He knew the struggle.
Yeah, yeah. So he was born in Pigtown, or he lived in Pigtown.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't know that. But he went to St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys
In Baltimore.
Yeah.
Which later became Cardinal Gibbons
Oh, okay.
School for Boys. It
Okay.
was a boys' like high school prep school
Okay.
in West Baltimore across from St. Agnes Hospital.
Did you say it was still open, or it just recently?
Closed a number of years ago.
Okay.
It was the brother school to Archbishop to Seton Keough School, which
Okay.
was next door. And that was the school featured in that documentary, The Keepers, on Netflix.
Have you seen The Keepers?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh. You have an assignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to go watch
So both
The
of those
Keepers.
schools are now closed. Cardinal Gibbons, which had been St. Mary's, which was Babe Ruth's school, I believe the hospital bought that. The buildings are still there.
Okay.
But it's no longer a school. I think it's part of the cancer center at St. Agnes Hospital. Seton Keogh School, the girls' school, which was in the documentary.
Yeah.
Like within 2 years of that documentary, it was leveled. They tore it down.
I guess I didn't understand that it was still open during the time of that documentary.
My eldest daughter did her freshman year of high school there.
Something in my brain said that it closed like right after that all happened.
No.
Basically, a nun that was at the school, just to give like the cliff notes, she was murdered and it's still unsolved. And they think that there was a lot of cover up just from the church and the school.
Within the church and the school, and it's
But that what I just explained does not do it justice. It is so good.
we could do a whole podcast about that documentary. I mean, that's how
We should.
that's
It's
how
so
good it is. And what I like about it is like all of the nun, the apartments that she lived in were like 4 blocks from my house.
Oh,
I mean, I drive
really?
by those apartments
Oh.
all the time. The Jane Doe, the woman who finally came forward, she lived right on Edmondson Avenue. She used to
Oh.
babysit for kids that my kids grew up with.
Really?
Yeah, she's a really nice lady. Yeah, so it was
Oh.
just all of this interconnectivity made it even more interesting. But Olga, I do think you should watch
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's
I'll watch
creepy as hell, but it's really good.
Yeah.
And when you kind of think that it's true or allegedly true, it makes it even more intense.
I mean, something happened.
Oh,
So,
well, yeah, there was a nun that was murdered. So yeah, something happened.
yeah. And it seems to be connected to the school and the church in a way. Yeah. To
Yeah.
cover up things because she was starting to realize what was going on, maybe at the church
Right, and I
/
think
school.
she was going to be a whistleblower.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we don't want to give it away.
All right,
Okay.
back to Babe Ruth.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
we digress. But yeah. So anyway, I just thought they actually had a brick from the school on display
St.
at the
Mary's?
Baseball Hall of Fame.
That's really
yeah. So anyway, it was cool. It was an interesting part of the Baseball
But
Hall
it was
of
at
Fame.
that school that he was introduced to baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not long after that, he was picked up by the Orioles.
Mhm.
Yep, and then the Red Sox.
Yeah, it was at that school that Brother Matthias became a mentor and helped him hone his exceptional baseball skills.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
thought that was kind of cool.
One thing I thought was really interesting is that his parents got divorced, which just did not happen back then.
That was early 1900s.
Yeah.
No, that was.
I mean,
really
that
rare.
was so unheard of.
Right.
So anyway,
Well, that's cool. So even in Cooperstown, you made a Maryland connection.
I also met many people from Maryland.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny
That's
because I don't think that anybody's really walking around the Hall of Fame unless you're there on vacation or there to
That's
be,
true.
or in the restaurants or even at Cooperstown. So everybody's asking you like, "Oh, where are you from?" And met a lot of Marylanders. So, and people from all over the country. There were kids from Hawaii there. There were kids. We played a team from Colorado.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool.
Do you know why you meet people from Maryland wherever you go?
No.
In general, because Maryland has so many people.
Yeah.
That's really why.
Probably, yeah.
It is ranked the 5th most densely populated state,
Oh.
which is crazy because we're like, I think the 46th or 7th smallest state. So we got a lot of people here.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of things to do here.
There
yeah.
are.
It's
There
a
are.
fun state.
It is.
I agree
yeah.
it is.
Actually,
Yeah.
when we were talking about this, these 6 counties, I was literally sitting down and thinking, how am I going to take? There's so many amazing things to do. How are we going to condense this down?
Mhm.
I mean, we could talk about all the things to do for hours.
It's a big metropolitan area.
yeah.
There's a
yeah.
lot. So what are we covering?
Well, one thing I really wanted to talk about, because I just took the kids to do it, because as you know, and I've shared on the podcast many times, in the summertime.
Angels?
No, we have to get through a podcast without the Blue
Okay,
Angels.
all right,
I
all
thought
right.
this was going to be it
Nah,
since Pete
sorry,
wasn't here.
sorry.
Well done.
Sorry. I had to represent Pete.
No, I took my kids to Activate in White Marsh, and it's really cool. It's an indoor kind of interactive gaming facility.
Wow.
So they had, I think it was either 15 or 17 rooms, and you spend 1 minute in the room, in each of the rooms, and you play a game while you're in there. I actually posted, and we can share it maybe on the podcast page or on our Reynolds FETTIG group page.
Okay.
But I made a video while we were there. And basically, you go in and the floor is covered in lights, and you have to step on all the green lights and none of the red lights. And you have
that's
1
kinda
minute
cool.
to get them all. And the kids had a great time. It was, I recommend anyone to go there. I think it's probably best for someone between the ages of like 5 and up. I mean, I had
Okay.
a great time. It's not really for toddlers.
Okay.
It's more for older kids.
Older
Like
kids.
my kids are 10 and 12, and they're already begging to go back. So
Really?
yeah,
All
they
right,
absolutely
nice.
loved it. So that's super fun. But then, of course, there's all the other stuff. The National Aquarium is in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Patapsco State Park. That's
That's
another
one of my
good one.
favorites.
Yeah.
The swinging bridge.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Patapsco State Park is beautiful. Gunpowder is another state park that's in the region.
Yep.
That's equally beautiful.
that's got a great waterfall.
And then Anne Arundel County, you have all of the kind of water oriented.
The Downs Park.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Quiet Waters Park,
Yeah.
Sandy Point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Another one that you know what, I think one thing we really enjoyed when we first moved here was just going to downtown Annapolis. And you can, you don't need a military ID, you just need your driver's license or a state ID to walk on to the Naval Academy and just kind of walk around and check that out. I mean, that's super fun. Get ice cream down there. There's such good restaurants.
Yeah,
and
lots of restaurants.
great stores, and my favorite sushi restaurants down there, Joss's. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So
You're a big sushi fan.
I had sushi last night, actually. I love
I
sushi.
haven't had sushi in a while. Olga, you a sushi person?
Yes, I love sushi. Me and Megan have our sushi dates
We
once
do.
in a while.
We have sushi
We
dates.
should do like a sushi day.
I tried to get you to do it for your birthday.
Well,
Which, happy birthday, by the way. John's birthday was 2 days ago.
was it just 2 days
I
ago?
guess it was 3 days ago
What's
now.
today?
Today's Thursday.
It was 3 days
It was
ago.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
we've-
birthday again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Birthday week.
Yeah. What was really cool, probably one of the coolest presents I got, is my son called me from St. Louis. Well, actually, my 1-year-old granddaughter FaceTimed
Nice.
with her dad.
Ahead of her time.
And we're talking, and my son goes, "Hey, Dad, check this out." And he puts the baby down on the floor, and she walked like across the kitchen.
That's
So I got to see her
awesome.
walk.
She
on
just
my
had her
birthday.
first birthday.
She did a week before mine.
Yeah.
she had her first birthday. So that was cool.
That's very exciting.
We also just came off the birthday of our country.
Oh,
the
there's
4th of
that. I mean, we're
July.
talking about your birthday and
Yeah,
the
did you guys
babies,
do
yeah.
anything for the 4th?
Just went to see my mom and,
Nice.
just family time.
Nice. Very good. What about you?
Well, we had a little get together at our house.
Did you get that invitation? Because
I did not.
You
Yeah.
actually both. I invited both of you on Facebook. By the way, it's not my fault that you don't check
What, are
your
you
Facebook
like
notification.
16?
I did not receive it.
I
Yeah.
absolutely invited you.
I believe you. I don't know what happened.
Anyway,
just
we
show
had a
up
little
one day.
party, and
Well,
then
you all are coming to our house next weekend, right? For the big party that we're having.
I did not get that invitation either.
I'm
he's joking.
I'm joking.
He's joking. No, so it was fine. We had a little pool party at our house. Went to the fireworks. Had a little weird incident on the way home. I think I told you about
the
that.
guy in the road.
Yeah, there was a.
Wow.
I didn't tell you about this. So I went with my neighbor Carol Ann. We just recently had her husband on the podcast.
John,
actually,
what a good
John.
guy, yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And went with our kids, my oldest son and a couple of her kids and some friends' kids. So just her and I were driving back from the fireworks, which we got stuck at the Naval Academy. And on the way back, we were driving on Benfield Boulevard in Severna Park, and there's a man laying in the street. And it's like 11 o'clock at night. And so we pull over, as do other people, and we call 911, and the police show up, and we're yelling to the man. And then the police show up, and the police officer walks over to him, and he pops right up, gets on his bike, and leaves. It was quite
That's
the sight to
weird.
see.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
it was really weird.
Wow.
But I mean, I'm glad he's okay, because we were
Yeah.
really freaked out. But
We did the Catonsville parade, which we've done many times.
I've heard about
It's the
how good
best
that
parade.
is.
It's by far the best.
I wanna go
parade.
next year.
You really should. It is. They do such a good job, and they've been doing it since the 1940s. every year. I mean,
I heard the fireworks are really good too.
we didn't go to the fireworks this
Okay.
year, but Catonsville, they kill it when it comes to fireworks. But we had a great corner to stand on. There was a snowball truck right behind us, so my nephew bought me a birthday snowball.
Oh,
So that was cool. Just watching the parade, and went with my wife and my nephew and my sister, and just watching the parade pass by. And I'd look, and I did a double take because someone that we all know is suddenly walking by. And I looked, I made sure it was him, and I said, "Hey, Sean." And he turned around, he's like, "John." And he came up and he gave me a big hug and said, "Happy birthday, go F yourself." And it was Sean Martin, who is a colleague of ours, another real estate agent. And Sean and I, we're friends, and we don't see each other often, but whenever we see each other, our greeting to each other is, "Hey, Sean, hey, John, go F yourself."
Oh, okay.
But we say the word.
Right.
And so this is what he says as he's hugging me on the 4th of July at the Catonsville Parade. And we wished each other a happy birthday because we share a birthday.
Oh,
And it was great.
Okay.
It was
I was
just,
wondering how he knew it was your birthday.
Yeah, no, Sean and I have the same birthday. And yeah, it was kind of a little bit of a highlight. He
It
is
must be like a guy thing for guys to say that.
He's a character.
Right.
He's a
I'd be like, I
character.
wish you the best.
I know. No, guys, no. Guys can't do that. Cool. Yeah, I really want to go next year. I've heard really good things about that parade and the fireworks. I've heard it's the best. So
It's by far the best. You should do it and try to like. You come to the parades at 3, and it goes for an hour and a half or so, and then you can either hit one of the restaurants or something right in Catonsville.
Oh, okay.
What the locals do is they'll go back to their houses, walk back, and like have a cookout.
Yeah.
And we live close enough that we could do that. And
Oh.
then we all go to the fireworks.
Okay.
And you watch the fireworks. The fireworks are on the grounds of Catonsville High School.
Okay.
Catonsville High School, interestingly, has the biggest high school campus of any high school.
Oh.
I don't know if it's in the county or in the state, but it's tremendous.
Okay.
So they can fit a lot of people there, but it's also adjacent to the old Spring Grove like hospital center.
Okay.
So
I
you
think we
go-
talked about that place
We
before.
did.
Yeah, when we were talking about Crownsville.
So that's where we would go. Really good, like you can see them really well from there. When the kids were little, we would go sit at Mount DeSales Academy, which is this all girls Catholic school way up on a hill. And that was great because you could like see them in the distance. But then the mean nuns stopped us from going. So you can't go anymore.
we talked a lot about nuns on this podcast, more than we ever have before.
Well, it's Maryland, and it's, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but nuns aside, it was a great 4th of July. But it got me thinking on the 4th of July, as I'm walking through Catonsville, everyone has their flags flying. And I thought that was really cool, of course, because it's the 4th of July. And also because, and I thought of our podcast, and I thought about what we were going to be talking about today. And the history of the American flag can be traced back to Baltimore, to the Battle of Fort McHenry,
Okay.
which happened during the War of 1812. So
Okay.
in 1776, we had our revolution. We fought England and we won our independence. I guess England didn't like that, so they kept fighting with us. And in 1812, the War of 1812, they burned down Washington. Like they burned down our White House.
Okay.
And they were coming up the Chesapeake, and they hated Baltimore. The British hated Baltimore, and I didn't know why, and I looked it up, and it's because Baltimore, particularly Fells Point, was a haven for privateers, and privateers were sailors who were hired by the government to interrupt trade from other countries. So these privateers, they were like pirates, and they would the British ships were coming and they would just steal all their stuff.
Okay.
And so the British hated Baltimore because of that. And so they also knew that Baltimore at the time was a very, very powerful port city. So they're coming up the Chesapeake to bombard Baltimore.
Okay.
And so the battle happened at Fort McHenry, and Francis Scott Key. Good Lord. Francis Scott Key was a Maryland son who was negotiating the release of a hostage that was being held on a British ship. And so he just happened to be in the port of Baltimore as this big battle is happening, and the British are bombing the hell out of Fort McHenry, and it didn't look like it was going well. And then the next morning, through the smoke, he saw the flag flying over Fort McHenry, and he was moved, and he wrote the poem, which eventually became the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
So there you go.
It's a very good story.
Yeah.
You know what? Gather
Thank
around,
you.
children. You're very welcome. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah. But the history aside, the Baltimore region, I think, is unique within Maryland because, I mean, you have Baltimore City, which is very urban. I mean, it's a big city in the country. Baltimore County, which is much more suburban. Anne Arundel County is suburban. Hazanapolis, which is
the
our
city,
state capital, has that whole kind of maritime thing. And Howard County is just rich and beautiful.
But this is why I love Maryland so much, because there's so many, kind of what Olga was talking about. There's just so many things to do, but also just like so much history and just so many different things. I mean, I can't think of another state where you have all of these, and not only that, but just in close proximity to each other,
yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean,
Right.
again,
In one day, you can go from one end to the other and
yeah,
have a lot of experiences.
yeah.
Well, we know that Pete, over the 4th of July holiday, he went to visit. They had a holiday in Deep Creek Lake at his cousin's place, and that's about the furthest away you can go in Maryland. I think it's like 4.5 hours, but that can be a day trip.
Oh yeah,
really,
for sure. Actually, I'm thinking about taking the kids out to Harper's Ferry. They
love it out there.
They just put in this in one of the quarries there, and I can't think of the name of it. They put in like a floating obstacle course.
Yeah.
And it seems really cool. I want to take the kids out
Yeah,
there this summer
absolutely.
and check it out. I'll report back. But yeah, I mean, that's what's so great about this area. And there's a lot going on in real estate in those areas too. I mean, just Baltimore within itself. But I did pull a couple of numbers, and I think, there's been over 3,000, just in the month of June, there's been over 3,000 houses that have sold, or properties that have sold.
in those handful of
six,
counties?
Yeah, six
Wow.
counties. So that's a lot for June. And the median sale price is 420,000.
That's high
Yeah, yeah.
compared to the national average. Yeah.
Yeah. And then but the days on market are kind of high too. They're 25.
Yeah, I think I remember that takes into account Baltimore City.
Right.
And for better or for worse, the homes sit on the market a bit longer in the city.
Yeah.
I think that's true for most kind of urban centers.
And there's a big movement going on in Baltimore right now.
Oh, yeah.
Just because there are so many abandoned homes that are being
Absolutely. And they're being rehabbed, flipped, renovated. And Baltimore City is still a destination for Washingtonians down the road who want that urban lifestyle, but they don't want that high price tag. So they're coming up to Baltimore, and they're finding, and this has been going on for years, they're finding they can find a really nice, row home, luxurious even, for almost half the price of that exact same home down in DC. DC prices are obscene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Also, the months of standing inventory is just over 2 as well. So
That's
we're still
a seller's market.
Yeah, very much.
I mean, it's opening up a bit because I think when we first started this podcast, we were looking at about 1 month.
Yeah. Yeah. So the inventory is growing.
Yeah.
Which is great. I do feel, I don't know, you guys tell me. I mean, I feel like things have kind of slowed down for summer a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's to be expected.
Yeah.
People are away, they're on
Yeah,
vacation.
vacations,
Yeah.
graduations, just a bunch of things are happening. But if, we're already mid-July.
Can't believe it.
So in a
know.
month, school is starting again. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
in the next couple of weeks, I think is going to be another weird flip-flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not expecting. So
I can't believe how deep into the year we are.
I know.
I
It
think we
goes by
finally
so
put our
fast.
Christmas decorations away. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the older I get, the faster time goes. You know, John, right?
Yeah, I do. It goes by so fast.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you guys seeing with like your buyers and sellers?
You know, I have found that my buyers have taken a little bit of a pause.
Okay.
You know, just because there's so many other things to be focused on, I think, in the summertime.
Right.
And then sellers, you know, I guess there's just not a focus on real estate right now. I don't know. That's just my take.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Olga, what are you seeing?
So I would say with sellers, yes. I feel like people are waiting just because of those days on the market, and they're seeing their, you know, comparable houses that are there 3-4 weeks, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of, I would say, afraid to make that step. But I am seeing more buyers that I've been talking to in the past, and they were just kind of on pause. And a lot of people are calling me, and we're going to look at, you know, different areas. Like right now, I have PG County, I have Washington County. I'm going
Yeah.
as far as Hagerstown,
Good for you.
which is a drive, but you know, I'll do it.
It's a pretty drive, though.
It is a pretty
Yeah.
drive, like along the 70. It's
it's
really
beautiful.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are people who are finally ready to spend the money, and because they're seeing some price decreases, for example, like Frederick, Washington County, Carroll County, even, you know, just depending where. Because there's so many price decreases, a lot of buyers are interested, which is,
Yeah.
you know, it's
We're
good
seeing
for
a
us.
lot of,
Yeah, so it's good
yeah.
for
So
the
that's
market.
what I'm saying. I'm seeing an uptick in buyer activity. It's like, and I think we've discussed this on the podcast a bit. I think their mindset has shifted. Like,
Yeah.
I think finally, you know, 2-3 years after the fact, they finally realize that we're never going to see a 3% interest rate again.
Right.
And life happens, and they need a home.
Right.
So they're
Right.
they're doing it. What I am seeing on the other side, though, with sellers is our listings are sitting longer. And we're, you know, we literally could, and you all can attest to this, we could put a home on the market on a Friday and have multiple offers for that home on a Monday. And it would be under contract by Tuesday, like that.
Yeah.
That's not happening
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
And again, that speaks to that. Just in the short time we've been doing this podcast, we've seen the months of standing inventory double in the region from 1 month to 2.2 months. Still a seller's market, but
But
shifting.
that's a great thing for buyers, and it's
great-
an opportunity for buyers to get out there
Absolutely.
and maybe not overpay like they
Yeah.
were, or having to be so competitive. I mean,
Right.
obviously we've all seen it. We're seeing people waiving inspections and doing appraisal gaps and things, some wild things
Yeah.
like that. So
Now we're asking for inspections
Yeah.
and sellers credits and even lower prices.
Right.
And
Yeah.
sellers are willing to do it just to move their home.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm old enough, no jokes, but I'm old enough to remember like 30, 45 days on market was just like, yeah,
Normal.
it's normal.
Crazy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And, you know, we'll certainly see those days again. Before we move on, though, talking about like things to do and attractions in the region, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that the finest concert venue in the world is in Howard County.
Wait, did you?
Merriweather?
Were you looking at my list?
No. Did you have Merriweather on
I
there?
did.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was sitting here just thinking, oh man, we forgot to talk about. There's a couple things. Actually, I feel like we missed a couple things in Howard County.
Well, let's hear 'em.
Well, I agree with you that Merriweather is absolutely the
It's-
best concert venue.
And they've just, it's always been great.
yeah.
They renovated it a few years back, and it's just amazing.
What's
It's
the
like
last concert you saw at Merriweather?
the last concert I saw at Merriweather was the Lumineers.
Okay. What
With
about
my
you,
daughter.
Olga? Wait, you've been?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like 15 years ago.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the band, honestly.
Last
was fun.
August.
It's changed since then.
Yeah, it's great. Last August, I saw 3 concerts at Merriweather. New Kids on the Block, which
Nice.
was really
Great.
funny. Paula Abdul was there. She was amazing. But
Yeah?
anyway,
Awesome.
Imagine Dragons.
You took your son to that,
I
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted to see that, but it was sold out by the time I realized
Imagine
it
It's
was a
is
sold
that-
concert.
out so fast.
Is that Dan Reynolds?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And you know, he was really great because he doesn't just, I mean, he had such a great message of just, mental health. And
Yeah, well, he had a struggle.
yeah,
And he's
yeah.
kind of come through it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. So yes, that
What was the third?
the third concert.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Country music artist escapes me right now. I can't remember. did I say?
Morgan. What's his face?
No, he would. He's. No. I did just go see Post Malone. That was good. I already talked.
Oh, yeah,
about
you did
that.
do that.
Yeah. I'll have to think about it. I'll report back.
I know my wife took
Luke
our-
Bryan.
Luke Bryan. Yeah. That was last year. And I guess it was last year that my wife took our daughters to the Chicks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was apparently a really good show.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But another great thing to do in Howard County is Blandair Park.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It is amazing.
We've talked about Blandair Park.
We have.
And Mrs. Smith, who allegedly left the land to her cats.
I forgot. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think I talked about it, but there's an obstacle course there where you can push a button, you can run the obstacle course, push the button. At the end, there's a big screen that has a time. But the playground is just beyond amazing.
Nice.
And then there's the Robinson Nature Center, which is that's also, I think it's in Columbia. I've been a couple of times with the kids, but it's great.
Nice.
They've got a great planetarium there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
Downtown Ellicott City.
Oh, Old Ellicott City's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, there's just so many. I mean, that we could do like a 2-hour podcast just on the things to do in the region that we're discussing today.
You know how Ellicott City had the flooding?
Yeah, yeah.
And it had like a couple of, not consecutive, but I think it was a huge flood, a huge 100-year flood. And then I think 2 years later, they had another one. So they're doing all this mitigation. One of the things that they've had to do is tear down what used to be one of my favorite college bars at the bottom of Main Street. It was called the Phoenix.
Okay.
And they've torn it down for proper water flow or something. But also what they're doing is, and I wish my son Chris was here, he could tell us all about it. They're like, if you're in Ellicott City during the day, you'll hear the dynamite blast because they're building like this underground tunnel from way up Main Street to go under Main Street to make sure that the water goes under the street instead of over the street and floods. So it's interesting.
That's so interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has me thinking about Texas, the Texas flood. That's kind of
those poor people.
I know.
Yeah.
I think about it throughout the day. It's just so
tragic.
awful.
Very sad.
Yeah. We've covered a lot today.
It's because Olga's here.
I know.
She made us bring our best.
She really did.
Thank you. I was not prepared, but you guys were.
No, we're so happy that
we didn't
you're
have
here.
any singers, but it was okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Next time.
Good.
No, we're so happy that you're here, and you've done a great job. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And it was last minute, and you really stepped up. We really appreciate it. And actually, our next one, we'll do our fourth and final region, which is DC Metro.
Yeah.
And that's where you spent your childhood.
Yeah.
In Montgomery County.
Montgomery County.
So give us, what should we be talking about next time?
Bethesda.
What about it specifically? Just how?
I mean, so back in 98, when I was introduced to Bethesda,
Right.
it was not what it is today.
Right.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
Nothing is the same,
Okay.
including the prices.
Yeah. It's a very expensive area.
Very expensive.
It's very much a bedroom community of Washington, D.C. Not just Washington, D.C., but Northwest Washington, D.C., which is kind of the more fluent, tonier area of the district.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So we'll talk about Bethesda.
Bethesda. I mean, just go up the 270.
Should we talk about Cabin John Regional Park or anything like that, or Chevy Chase, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of there.
All right. What's the best place to shop there in Montgomery County?
I probably wouldn't shop there.
Well, yeah. What's the
Montgomery Mall, I guess.
What's your favorite?
Is it still there?
I think so.
Okay. We'll have to check.
What's your favorite restaurant out there?
Honestly, I don't think I have one.
Your mom's still out there, right?
Yeah, my mom's still out there.
Yeah.
She's in Rockville,
Yeah.
where the Rio Center is. So there's a lot of restaurants there.
Okay.
So it's just like a lot of standard options you see here too,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Uncle Julio's and
Yeah.
Cooper's Hawk, like things like that. You know, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Falls. Is it Great Falls State
Yeah,
Park?
it's beautiful.
That's one of my favorites, and it's also borders with Virginia.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. So if I'm probably going towards that way, Bethesda wouldn't be like a sightseeing experience.
Yeah. Great Falls is beautiful,
Yes.
though.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my wife met her birth mother.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll share that next time.
I would love
because
to
I
hear
arranged
that.
that.
You did.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was really
I
cool.
wanna
Yeah, I
hear
did
that.
some investigative work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for doing this today. I think we've got some good information
Yeah.
to our.
Are you in a better mood now?
I am. I didn't start in the greatest
No,
mood.
you
but
were just salty.
a little bit.
Yeah,
You don't
it's-
see me like that very often, though.
No, it's terrifying. Never want to see it again.
I think it's fun.
It's fun seeing you be crazy.
Yeah.
Where can people find us?
They can find us literally everywhere, on Facebook, on Instagram, on
Spotify,
Apple Podcast, on Spotify, on Amazon, on YouTube.
At the office.
At the office, selling houses.
Yes. Come to our office.
So please continue to listen, share, subscribe, tell your friends and neighbors about us, hit us in the mailbag.
Oh, gosh.
And until next time, Olga.
Thank you for having me.
Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Do you wanna catch a ride downtown?